Jessica Salter, and today I'll be talking about the effects of water on our body. First of all, we're going to talk about sound. As you are diving, it appears that sound comes from all around you. The difference is when you're on land and you hear sound, you can discern which direction it comes from. This is not the case in a water environment. The reason for this is sound travels 4 times faster in water than it does in air. Next thing we're going to talk about is the effects of increasing and decreasing water pressures. While standing on the surface right now, we have 1 atmosphere of pressure on us, and there are millions of miles of atmosphere above us. It only takes 33 feet of salt water to equal the same amount of pressure as we have on us right now. And the reason for that is because water is more dense than air. I want you to look at the chart and notice at 33 feet, we're going to be under 2 atmospheres of pressure. At 66 feet, we will be under 3 atmospheres of pressure, and 99 feet, 4 atmospheres of pressure. Now, 1 atmosphere is also equivalent to about 14.7 psi. Next thing I want to point out is I want you to notice they use a balloon. We're on the surface, let's say we're getting ready for a dive, and we just finished a bottle of water, and we want to understand these effects better. What we're going to do is we're going to take this bottle of water on a dive with us. Now, as we reach 33 feet in the ocean, you will see the bottle is going to be half the size as it was on the surface. Now, we continue our dive and continue going down the depth column, and we get to 66 feet. Our bottle is then going to be a third of that size. Now, we continue down to 99 feet, and once we get to 99 feet, that bottle will be a fourth of the size that it was at the surface. The reason this has happened is because the air molecules inside has decreased. Now, when we bring this bottle back up to the surface, it will resume size and be back to the size of the normal water bottle. Now, as divers, we have several air spaces. First of all, let's talk about the air spaces in our equipment. You have air spaces in your wetsuit. It's made of microscopic bubbles that will compress microscopically, and in our BC. Also, another important airspace in our equipment is in our mask. Let's talk about the ones in our bodies. First of all, you have your ears and your sinuses, and secondly, and most importantly, your lungs. Now, as divers, we must equalize these air spaces. Let's begin with talking about the mask. If you do not equalize your mask, you can get what's called a mask squeeze. What a mask squeeze is you sit the pressure of the water has simply pushed the mask against your face, and you have failed to relieve that pressure. And it ruptures the blood vessels under your eyes and in your eyes. It looks very painful, doesn't hurt. You don't want to have 2 black eyes in your vacation photos though. Now, it's very simple to prevent a mask squeeze. All you have to simply do is when you feel that pressure, exhale through your nose. Other places in our equipment, our BC. The way we equalize our BC is simply by adding a small amount of air to our BC upon descent, or while descending. Now, the way we equalize our air spaces is we use this method of equalize early, often, and gently, and you simply pinch, tilt, and blow, or use what's called a Valsalva. When you pinch your nose, tilt your head back, and blow against the closed mouth, and you will feel air enter the ear spaces. With equalize early, often, and gently, what I recommend is that you equalize once on the surface and then about every other breath going down. Just like we equalize these air spaces on descent, we must also equalize them on ascent. With our BCs, all you simply do is let some air out of your BC and then begin to do a controlled swim to the surface. With your sinuses and ears, they will equalize themselves naturally. They will release the air pressure. Finally, our most important rule is do, don't. As we talked about with the water bottle earlier, when you are at 66 feet, your lungs are holding 3 times the volume of what they hold at the surface. If you hold your breath and ascend to the surface, you will have what's called an overexpansion injury, because the air in your lungs has expanded. Now, I use 33 feet as an example. An overexpansion injury can occur in as little as 4 feet of water, so it is very important that you never hold your breath. What do, don't says is do breathe continuously, don't hold your breath, and don't force exhalation. Now, when I say do breathe continuously, what I am saying is that you breathe normally. It's almost a breathing like before you fall asleep. You don't have to breathe in as soon as you exhale. Breathe normally. Right. In summarizing, talked about the must-knows of diving as well as how sound affects our body underwater. Very important to equalize early, often, and gently. Remember, once on the surface and about every other breath going down. And how to equalize, simply pitch, tilt, and blow. And our final and most important rule is do not double. Remember, that's do breathe continuously, don't hold your breath, and don't force exhalation. Thank you for your time.